Yeah, you already know, man. It's StreetStatus O, and I'm in the building once again. I'm trying to become a regular on ULSTN Media, man. Let's get it.
Here we go again. Street status necessary. Street status necessary. Street status necessary. Street status necessary.
All right. This is ULSTN Media's Build Series platform specifically for independent artists and creators. Got a very special guest in the building with me today. League owner, St. Louis legend, StreetStatus. Oh man, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here, Britt. What's good, man? What's going on with you, bro?
Man.
Got some shit to talk about.
You definitely got something to talk about, man. So, there's been a lot of ramblings in the battle rap community with the arrest of Geechi Gotti. He was arrested in Ohio. Battle rap. For those who don't know, battle rapper Geechi Gotti. He was arrested in Ohio. He was caught with a lot of stolen opioid pills. He was, they said, arrested. The official report is that he was arrested on February 5th in Ohio during a traffic stop. They got, the police found at least 3,000 opioid pills. Gotti and the three other guys that were with him, they tried to flee from a rental, but then were caught. The police seized Vicodin, morphine, and oxycodone from the vehicle. Geechi was charged with 4 counts of drug possession and 1 count of failure to comply with the order. And he's currently being held on a $900,000 bond. So that is the official report that we got so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this is, his arrest has caused like a lot of shakeup. A lot of people have been calling him stupid. Like, how could he jeopardize, his career and things like that? It don't make no sense. And I just wanted to get your reaction to what's being said online, man, from some of the people who've been commentating on and giving their opinion on the topic.
Well, first off, it's definitely unfortunate that any of this happened and that man is behind bars with a $900,000 bond because, you know what I mean, when you from St. Louis and when you think about like super high bonds, they really come with like murders and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I know Ohio is a different state, but here if you have like a super high bond, it's probably like some shit. You know what I mean? Murders and meaning like it's time behind that.
Yeah.
If serious time behind that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't beat that. But I think as far as like the internet and shit like that, Britt, I feel like I think everybody just got a soapbox these days. Everybody gonna express how they feel, what they think, about every situation. It's not even just the Geechi Gotti situation. It's anything that is a hot topic or anything like that. You're gonna get everyone to get on a soapbox and say how they feel. But me personally, it just goes to kind of like what we were talking about last time. I think we talked about battlers like marketing themselves and not hitting all the paid channels that they could be hitting, to really take care of their life, in a comfortable way. You look at like Geechi, he's won several. I think he won a few Codys, which is Champion of the Year. That comes with a huge purse. They all throw donations together for a big pot, and the Champion of the Year gets the big pot. So he's got a few of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He's also won, I think, a tournament on URL, which was like 150,000 or something like that. I felt like him and Rum split or something like that.
With Drake, the competition, when him and Rum Nitty battled, Drake put up 150,000. They later said that they split that. Him and Rum split that 150,000, so they about 75,000 apiece.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it was $100,000 URL tournament. Rum and him was, they battled for at the end, but they end up splitting it, and then Drake threw on an additional $50,000. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think that's exactly how it went. But just getting back to what I was saying, like Geechi didn't got some huge bags when it comes to battle rap.
Yeah.
But just because he got huge bags, that don't come with money management. You know what I mean? Who knows how that man manages his money, or who knows what type of hardships that young man has went through to feed his family, or any of that. Because at the end of the day, all battle rappers lie about what they get paid per battle, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. A battle rapper can be saying, I get paid $30,000 a show. But you think if I call him, Brit, we gonna do it like this. Brit, you the battle rapper, right?
Okay.
You the battle rapper right now. I'm the league owner. I'm the promoter. I want you to be on one of my shows. I heard that you get paid $30,000. The league owner in me, the hustler in me, the negotiator in me is gonna call you and say, "Hey, I got $10,000 for a battle, but I got my front end of the money right now, which is $5,000. Do you think that the average person is gonna decline $5,000?
The average person, no.
The average battle rapper, let's just the top tier. Everybody outside of maybe like Hitman, Lux, Mook, a lot of guys. Do you think that they going $5,000 up front right now? I can wire it to your. I can sell it to you right now.
I think a lot of battlers would take that deal.
Of course they gonna take that, man. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? So the money is not there like people think. Battle rappers are 10 times more famous than the money that they're actually getting. And so that's why you have these type of situations. And let's not to mention, Geechi he raps about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So we in a culture where we want people to have believability. You know what I mean? That you want them to be about what they rap about. But you shocked at something like this. It really boggles me what be going on, man. I sometimes just think the internet. I just think everyone is trolling, and because there's no way that you really just what I'm saying, got some sense in thinking that this man raps about things like this in this battle, and not to mention, he's a whole real gang member. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga not faking. He in a gang. He's still 30-plus-year-old man. He's, I'm guessing he's active. I mean, with situations like this, I don't think that he's inactive.
Yeah.
And I think with gangs, like real LA gangs, you got certain obligations to the set. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that anyone pressure him into doing what he done. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, me and you in the gang together. I'm like, Britt, we finna go slide on these niggas. Yeah. You like, no, well, you ain't in the gang. You know what I'm saying? We don't fuck with you no more. Certain shit like that. Like, are you down or not? Yeah. Basically what I'm saying. So it's just a lot of stuff, man, that I feel like people really not being realistic about when they make certain comments and stuff like that, man.
That's been the biggest talk, you know what I'm saying? Is like, did he have to do this, or is this something that he just did? You know what I mean? Like, is there really money that these battle rappers making to where they can live off of, like, truly, or is all that just cap? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much of it has to do with, you know, the actual money that's being made by the battle rapper versus him making just bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what people are having a conversation about. And the numbers that have been thrown up is, you know, 100 to 150,000 for the top tier battle. Not just any old Joe Smoke,
Mm-hmm.
which we know Geechi Gotti is top tier.
For sure.
You
For
know
sure.
what I'm saying? People are estimating. This, you know, nobody like just knows, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's estimated that the top tier should at least be pulling in $100 to $150,000 a year off battle rap. And how he can't sustain himself, have to take, you know, these sort of penitentiary chances, making that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you think that's what they really getting? And if he is getting something like that, like, he shouldn't be able to take them type of chances with his life? You know what I mean?
Let's just break it down, man. Let's just break it down. I guess the easiest way to be was to break it down. You said 100 to 150K per year. Let's just say overall, man, battle rap views are down.
Uh-huh.
The viewership is down, man. I've been around from the beginning of the digital era till right now, and they are overall just down. Mm-hmm. So, where the money coming from? You feel what I'm saying? Like, where's the money coming from? The views, the ticket sales, things like that. URL hasn't been having any big stage battles. Uh-huh. So when you're talking about tickets, the pay-per-view game, that shit is dying too because everyone is bootlegging everything. You know, so when you think about all of that, like, where is the money to pay these guys? Where is it coming from? One thing about battle rap, it's not a lot of sponsorships going on. And I'm talking about like major brands and things like that. It's not a lot of brand sponsorships going on. A lot of this just come out of league owners' pockets, ticket sales, and views. I can't see anything else other than that. So you just talk about 100 to 150,000. So if he battles, let's say Geechi Gotti, he battled 5 times in 1 year, $25,000. I don't think, maybe in the past, like he just said, he just did an interview and he said the caffeine era was great. From jail. Caffeine era was when we got that bad. That was in a pandemic. It's 2026 right now. So we talking about 2020, 2021. Maybe a clip of 2022. So we talking about
4 to 5 years.
Come on, we talking about a long time ago. So the money is not there, bro. And it's time to have a hard talk with the culture, bro, about shit like this. Like, the money is just not there. It might be there for a few individuals, maybe like 3 to 4% of battle MCs. That real deal money may be there for them. But you know what I mean. And then when you think about it, man, I work in utilities and around inflation and all of that on my 9 to 5, so I know how rich is not rich anymore. What rich used to be is not rich anymore. It's just not rich, bro. And then you think about this man lives in California. LA. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like not even just really trying to just like. I'm just trying to give people who have something to say basically just like a breakdown of how shit could go left for any individual, and especially an individual that's already been on record saying that this is how he hustles. You know what I mean? He has hit drugstores and shit like that.
I mean, like in LA, even 150,000 Ain't nothing in
Man.
LA.
Hey.
that ain't nothing in LA.
Come on, bro.
That ain't no bread in LA, man.
Hey, hold another thing, Brett. Okay, I'm glad you said that, because when you think about this, when you go to work 9 to 5, right? 9 to 5. This is my 9 to 5 job. I'm 80 hours every pay period. Yada yada yada. You know what your check is going to be. You kind of understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? You may battle January. You may not battle February, March. You may pick up 2 battles in April. You know what I'm saying? Your shit is kind of like sporadic. So when it comes to budgeting and things like that, come on, shit gets difficult. And we shit. Like I said, the first interview, man, about just being in the streets and shit like that, and you don't really be knowing when to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shit, who knows? He could have had $1 million, but this is sweet $40,000-$50,000 jug. I might indulge.
But
you know what I mean?
Given him being so popular,
Mm-hmm.
When I know Joe Budden, man, he got a lot of criticism for, kind of laughing at him,
Mm-hmm.
running on cam and all of this stuff. But
That was funny. Geechi would laugh. That was hilarious.
but yeah, I mean, bro, yeah, I ain't even gonna speak on that, but he was saying, like a lot of the guys that he was with, the guys that he was with doing this thing, they don't have the same opportunity that he does as far as like career. You know what I mean? He has a real career in rap, and it's built off battle rap. Could he have hustled, his rap career, better? You know what I mean? As far as like, I don't know, features. You know what I'm saying? Doing features or doing something else versus going right back to this position of what he was doing prior to battle rap. You know what I mean? That could end his whole career. You know what I mean?
Of course he could. Of course he could have worked differently, managed his money differently, and everything. But when you think about it, right? It's the industry and it's the streets, the real streets. Geechi Gotti is just a person from the real streets that happened to make a career in the industry of rapping and actual battle rap. If he leave the streets alone, will he still be the believability? You know what I mean? Will he be the believable person that we think that he? You know what I mean? Because just like you just said, he some of his homies, they don't have the opportunities that he has. You know what I mean? So, well, if he left that shit alone, would them still be his homies? You know what I'm saying? I should smoke weed. With a bunch of motherfuckers back in the day. The minute I stopped, I ain't seen them niggas since. You kind of understand what I'm saying? So, shit, would he even be the same person if he left that type of shit alone? You know what I mean? So that's
I
more
think
the question.
I think that's why this, what happened to bro, is such a big conversation, because it's like, at least when I was coming up, and I see it different in this new generation that's coming up. When you got somebody who has a real opportunity in a legitimate world, you don't expose them to things that would cause them to lose their opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, listen, bro, we out here, we acting, but you got a lane in a legitimate
Right.
one what's best for you. So don't come over here while we over this thing. And it seems like when this generation today, it's not a lot of that going on. Even if bro got a situation going on, you still ain't rolling with us, and it's like, I don't know, like I say, it's like a separation of mentality from the generations where we didn't expose our greats and people who have opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to that. You know what I mean? So what does that say about the newer generation. You know what I'm saying? Us
No, I get what you're saying. Totally, like if a nigga was like super good in the hood for sports, right?
yeah,
It could be knuckleheads and shit that'll be, you know, the moment he tried to come to the hood and like hang out or get on bullshit or hustle or tote pistols or do anything that was you know, criminal activity, anything dumb. The real hood will push him like, no,
yeah,
this not for you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
bro, we living through you on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we don't have them same opportunities that you have.
Yeah.
So it did used to be like that, but now, shit, you like you said, it's just not like that. I think it's just everybody wants to be like super real. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just super dumb. You know what I mean? Like, and this coming from a person who did all of that. And it takes, for me, I've lost individuals, you know, partners in and out of the penitentiary, me catching cases myself, you know what I'm saying? No real deal time or none of that. But shit, just think, I'm just really gaining my wisdom from not being a knucklehead in my 40s.
Yeah.
You kind of understand what I'm saying? So I kind of see where anybody can be wrapped up in that type of life and then just don't even think about nothing else. You know what I mean?
That's why, like, this thing, you know, that's happening is so important, because it speaks to, you know, just so many different topics. You know what I mean? I think it's a good conversation to have just around, you know, black culture and what that mean and how we, you know, deal with things. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we got somebody who's one of the most talented, you know, artists in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, facing the situation that he in, we don't know if we'll ever see him again. You know what I'm saying? That's something real.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And it's coming off the back of battle rap itself just being in a very vulnerable place with, you know, Smack saying like a couple years ago after the caffeine thing, the money gone.
The money gone.
You know what I'm saying?
The money gone, son.
Yeah. Yo. So it's like, this is another major blow. This is another major blow to, you know, the
culture lost a huge star when it comes to this.
Yeah.
When you're just talking about star power, that's like you taking matchups that never occurred. It's taking that 100% off the table.
Man.
Him and Surf being two of the largest battle MCs ever.
Yeah.
By them just being incarcerated, it just took a bunch of matchups off the table. Yeah. It's like you can't even fuel the culture like you supposed to without those guys.
And with them being, you know, the biggest names, probably having the biggest influence in the independent, you know, music scene, you know, like what they do, a lot of what the battle rappers do in their battles with the emphasis on lyricism, it has a big influence on what happened in the music industry. We just saw, you know, the battle with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And Kendrick said, well, after the battle was over, you know, some of my influences is watching the Murder Mooks.
Yeah.
Loaded Lux.
That's so dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so dope.
You know
right
what I mean?
Bro. So dope.
We talking about the biggest rap artists on the planet.
That's so fire.
Giving credit to like these guys over here who Geechi battled both. He battled both.
Right.
Murder Mook. This
shit.
show, and he from Compton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a major blow.
You know what I'm
saying? A major blow to the culture. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, man, how do we, you know, prevent this type of thing from ever happening again? Because he one of our greats, man. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want him jammed up like this. You know what I'm saying? We don't want this to happen again. It's with Surf. When Surf got locked up, it was kind of similar the way he got locked up as far as it had something to do with some street stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have nothing to do with battle rap.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? To where Surf incarcerated. Now we got this thing with Geechi. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, we have a culture here to where we can economically liberate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And how do we, take care of ourselves off our culture, off our talent, without jeopardizing our liberty, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just think, the guys who he was in there, doing this stuff with, if they didn't know, like, understand, bro, like, when you see somebody who got talent like that, bro, like, you gotta let them know, hey, I know times it's hard, my G, but we don't want you up in this, man.
Shit, I mean, like,
every man is responsible for
you.
His
You
own.
are correct. Mere speculation, though. Mere speculation.
Yeah.
Geechi probably could have been spearheading the whole thing, though. So
that's
you know what I mean,
the
like,
part too, because we don't know.
Yeah,
you
like
know
you don't. You know what I mean, he could be the boss of the situation.
Facts.
Like who knows? You know what I mean. So I don't really want to just put that on those guys, but I think, man, I relate this shit to like boxing. I relate it to UFC, even to comedy, and how the business operates. With boxing, man, they get those big bags like that, so they don't have to worry about anything. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get those big bags to where
One fight. Take care of you the whole year.
Bro, hey, you listen.
Yeah.
You able to pay your team. So the same guys you saying in the court, you know what? We ain't on this no more. This my team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna do this for me. You gonna do that. You responsible for this.
Yeah.
You finna we ain't gotta do that shit no more. What you finna make, we finna split up with, you know what I mean, with one of these little jugs. We don't have to do that no more, bro.
Yeah.
Battle rap doesn't have that. It just goes back to what I'm saying. It's just these guys are super duper popular, Brit, but they just the finances are not lining up. And I think just overall the powers to be haven't figured it out in battle rap in order to make these guys number one responsibility.
Yeah.
When you talk about a boxer, I'm sure his family comes second to boxing.
Yeah.
You kind of, what I mean? Like, listen, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Floyd, even the new guys, you know what I'm saying? Even if they have children and shit like that, boxing is the number one thing. It's like, and battle rap is loose. Like, in battle rap, you will have something set up, a major matchup set up, and then you will have one of the battle rappers no show.
Yeah.
Boxing is not gonna go like that. UFC is not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You have certain technicalities like, nigga, blood pressure or you know what I mean, certain shit that might, like, nah, we can't put him in the ring. You know what I'm saying? It's physical sport like that. But I think that battle rap ain't figured it out yet, man. They ain't figured out how to get these guys out of the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That to make bad decisions, they haven't gotten these guys there yet, and that's really what it is, man. Battle rap is really right now. To be honest, it's in a very, very bad state. It's in a bad state to the point where people have to battle on wax now. You know what I'm saying? People picking beat battles, and you know what I'm saying? I'm finna do a song, you finna do a song, we finna run the content up like that, because it's just all about content at the end of the day, and that's where we at right now.
I mean, I enjoy the song battles too.
No, I enjoy them too. I watch it. I listen to every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
I love them too. But you make a great point just about how the biggest battles should be able to take care of you for the whole year. Once we get this joint, I'm gonna be straight. My team, my family, everybody gonna be straight based off of, and it's like the popularity is so high. Everybody want to see it, man. Everybody talk about it. Everybody listen to it. You know what I mean? But it's like the money the math ain't math with
sir.
the level of popularity,
No, sir.
with the money. You know what I'm saying? And even some of the guys that like Hitman, who we know, who kind of openly talks about his his wealth. You know what I mean? A lot of it doesn't seem like it came exclusively from battle rap. He had to make other moves and get on TV and do the movies and really hustle his way to get, but like just battle rap, you know what I'm saying? And like, I think what you said, we need to have some sort of sponsorship, some sort of
and it's not commissioned either. It doesn't have a real board to set rules and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's still like the Wild Wild West with battle rap, man. It's just not organized by the least. A lot of anybody with a bag can take a huge matchup. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't feel like that should be possible. Yeah, the huge matchup should be on the most prestigious leagues. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to watch Murder Mook versus Surf on just any league. You know what I mean? Like, like right now, like TBL, they doing their thing. I would take, they breaking big bread, but at the end of the day, that's a URL battle. You know what I mean? To me, so it's just a lot of laws and rules, man, that battle rap needs to take, bro.
It's it's one of those things to where I feel like if we keep talking about it, if we keep emphasizing on it, we're gonna get to a place where it's we make it right. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
And so we gotta keep harping on it and tweaking and figuring out what we can do it so we can get it right, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's too influential, it's too popular for us to do it and then have to resort back to the street life.
For sure.
We don't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I appreciate, a lot of the battle rappers who've been coming out and people of the culture like yourself been like, listen, man, you don't know this. Before y'all throw a whole bunch of criticism his way, you got to understand everything ain't what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Everything, you just running numbers, whatever in your head, but you don't really know. You know what I mean? So, like, I think we have to give them that same grace. You know what I mean? So, prayers go out to Geechi, man.
Facts.
I really hope that, bro pulled through, this situation. You know what I mean? And we get to see him back, soon. And just like, hopefully, this we can bounce back from this as a culture, bro. You know what I mean?
No, definitely, man. I agree with you. I agree with you, Brett.
Yeah, 100% this is a major blow. You know what I mean, to the culture, and hopefully, like I said, man, we can. Some good can come from this, man. Very unfortunate, but hopefully some good, man. Yo, any other last words?
Yeah,
bro,
no, I definitely got some other things, man. I wanted to say shout out to you, man, on your nomination. You know what I mean, for the work that you've been putting in with the Slum Fest Awards.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's another little hot topic that you might be able to clip up, and you know what I mean? And another thing, Britt, the Geechi shit, these are hot topics. I know you got plenty of interviews lined up already and plenty of footage, but when it comes to the drops, get to the hot news. You know what I mean? Get what's gonna bring people to your.
I'm gonna take that. Take that advice, big dog.
Because the longer you wait on the hot topic, because it's like. When you drop it, it's laid down. You're like, oh shit, what are they even talking about? This shit old.
I'm gonna take that into consideration.
Shout out to the Slum Fest. But a lot of battle rappers, man, locally, they felt like award shows don't show them love, and they also felt like Slum Fest in general. So I could be wrong, but this is the first year that Slum Fest has even nominated some MCs. But the MCs, so here's the riff. The MCs that feel like they've been doing their thing and hasn't got any recognition for their work over the years felt like the new guys that's been nominated, a few of the new guys that's been nominated, didn't deserve the nominations. So you have this big thing that's, so, you know, you have them talking shit to Slumfest, and then you have them talking shit to each other. Me personally, no one dictates acknowledging you for the work that you put in other than your goddamn self. You know how many times you done did. You like, damn, I done did 100 interviews this year. You know, that's your recognition. You acknowledging yourself for the hard work that you've put in. It's all good. We all want recognition, but I think that that's another topic, man, that a lot of battle rappers, you know what I'm saying, they, you know, might want to get on a platform and say how they felt or how they feel and things like that when it comes to local award shows acknowledging battle rappers, considering that battle rappers are some of the most known individuals nationally in St. Louis. Even a low-tier battle rapper, he's still going to Peoria, Illinois. He's still going to Chicago. He's still going to Indianapolis. He still may go on the West Coast to Geechi League. He still may go to John League, Bags and Bodies, and get paid gigs. You kind of understand what I'm saying? So opposed to us, you know, the city always shedding light on artists that's really just working around St. Louis. You know what I mean? So you may want to get someone on that platform, man, to kind of